Hey YouTube, coming at you with the viewer submitted battle. Kind of beyond the hype. I'm gonna try and do beyond the hype just by kind of analyzing their stats and just kind of watching the battles. It's from Algo RNG, and so they wrote, "You are amazing." So thank you for this mission, early submission. Thank you for the words, and thank you for showcasing two Pokemon that again are kind of interesting, but I probably won't have time to get around to this first week. Ledian and Pawmot. So. Ledian is I know a spice that I've seen Home Place Henry and others use a few times. It is a very, in terms of stat product, very low defense. Sorry, very low attack, very, very high defense and stamina, 2200 overall. So a very, very bulky Pokemon. And it is a flying bug, which in itself is a terrible typing. I guess your strengths are just a great resistance to the meta. 1, 2, 3 times resisted to ground. Double resisting the ground on the flying and single resisting on the bug is 3. It's triple resisting ground. So a fantastic answer if you see yourself against some sort of ground type Pokemon. Double resisting grass, double resisting fighting, and single resisting bug. So really cool resistances. You are weak to 5 things, including double weak to rock and single weak to electric, fire, flying, ice. Again, out of all the typings in the GBL meta, I would rather take these 4 resistances versus these 5 weaknesses. There's not a ton of those. Maybe there's a little more fire now, stuff like that, but we'll see. And the moveset. Okay, so it has Bug Bite. Bug Bite got buffed, so more damage here on a Pokemon. That's not very attack heavy, so any more damage is good. Charge moves. You have the Dynamic Punch, which was buffed a couple seasons ago, so getting 2 damage per energy on a 45 for 90 damage move. That's probably what you're throwing almost all the time, unless Dynamic Punch is resisted, in which case you're throwing Aerial Ace just to chip. But otherwise, I would expect the Dynamic Punch all the time. Pawmot, as I said in my community analysis video, needs a Thundershock nuke, so you can go double Wild Charge. And yes, they're showing Brick Break here, but Wild Charge is what is being used because you are a Glass Cannon, 144 attack, 94 defense, 113 in stamina. So you are 100% Glass Cannon. Your typing is garbage because you are electric fighting. Electric's just a bad typing in general, but I guess you're only weak to fairy, ground, and psychic. Do resist steel, rock, electric, dark, and bug. So I guess more bugs now. Maybe a little more steel, maybe 1 or 2 more electric. So not bad. But I think what this Pokemon will be cool with is a fast charging Thundershock, close combat, 120 damage in 10, Wild Charge, 120 damage, both 2.67 damage per energy, same damage. Same chance of lowering your defense times 2. So it is a launch and get out of there. So they said Ledian was the safe swap. And I guess when you're that bulky and have enough coverage, it can be the safe swap. I was kind of surprised to see Samurott on the team with Ledian as a safe swap. Because I assume like if you're going to use Samurott, you're going to use it as a safe swap. But you wouldn't want to use Samurott on the same team as Pawmot, in the fact that both of them probably need shields. So when you use both of them, like Ledian, I would be surprised if there's any shields used on this Pokemon. Like you should probably save all your shields for Pawmot and Samurott. So maybe that's what's going to happen here. Let's take a look. 2 glassy and 1 bulky Pokemon. It's been done. So we have a Credilli running Bullet Seed and going for the CMP tie here. Do land the close combat. That does one shot. I mean, these are early season battles, so we'll just ignore the plays from your opponent. We'll ignore the wins and losses here. We'll just kind of focus on the Pokemon. Crunch does quite a good amount, and Feraligatr comes in. Going for the Aerial Ace, again, this is only 1 quicker on the first one and 2 on the second one. So I don't think there's almost, I know that's kind of like a bait. I don't think there's really a point to bait Aerial Ace. It just seems the Dynamic Punch is so close for only 1 extra turn and 2 extra turns. I just think you just take that damage every single time. So now the went down. Samurott is in. This thing does have 2 shields. So you're going to grab one of these shields back right here. And now I'm worried about the pacing here. Oh, you have 2 shields. Sorry, I didn't see you have 2. Never mind. You just let this go and then you just outpace to the whatever one. Wild Charge, close combat. They're both the same. Those Thundershocks are actually adding up. Holy smokes. You are very attack heavy, but I did not expect Thundershocks to add up. Wait, I think I missed a typing on Pawmot. Pawmot is fighting electric. Yeah, I missed the fighting, so I'll add that now. So Talonflame, so good lead. They get into Quagsire and last, like we said, triple resisting ground. But they could have Rock, and Rock would be double super effective, and that is exactly what happens. Getting one shot with the Stone Edge, double super effective on the flying. So, bulky or not, double super effective from a Shadow, one-shotting a bulky Pokemon there. Do have a Samurott, and they come back into the Samurott on the Talonflame. I assume they'll just let this go? No, opting to shield. Kind of interesting. Gonna shield back, thinking you can grab a shield and then just outpace with the wild charge here. And they give up switch. It's a Gastrodon. What are they doing? I'm really surprised with a Pawmot in the lead that they did not just try and two-shield Gastrodon. Try and slap down Samurott and then just spam on this Pokemon. But you grabbed both shields. Here comes a move. One Body Slam doesn't take out, so if... Yeah, it's an Earth Power, so shield that up, and then they're just going to almost get to two moves. Want to get as far as you can without being slapped down here. So close combat, and then Wild Charge Talonflame combo here. Both will one-shot. Super attack heavy. This is super effective. Taken out there. This was edited, so like this was edited when it was sent to me. It was already sped up, so I just kind of put it in. So the editing may be a little off from my normal. Good lead. They get into Annihilate. Eventually getting into your Ledian. How do you see it? Ledian. Whatever it is, counter is resisted because you are flying and bug. So that is double resisted. You have a super effective Aerial Ace. Rage Fist will eventually start adding up. But live the second one. Here comes an Aerial Ace here. Will be super effective. Bug Bite is resisted. Double resisted. Yeah, so it's going to be even aggressive farm. I do get the farm down, so the raw damage coming in there. But double resisted bug on the Ghost and fighting. Getting to the Dynamic Punch. This will chip. Not much, but it's a Mandibuzz and a very low attack heavy Pokemon over here. So not surprising, but here comes a Bug Bite Dynamic Punch combo. So take it down to the yellow. Love to see it. Make it to an Aerial Ace. Yeah, I was going to say, if they tried the aggressive Snarl down, this thing is bulky. They do take you out with the Aerial Ace. Out comes the Samurott. I guess you are. Well, it would neutralize the flying because you're half fighting, half electric, and electric would resist. So going to get the Hydro Cannon off here. Not wanting to take another move. And it is a Lapras in the back. So we're going to go for the Mega Horn here. Hoping that they're scared of the Pawmot, that they let this go and you can just Thundershock down maybe. They do end up shielding. Gonna burn a shield here. You'll definitely outpace. Do they have any Pokemon left? They do not. So this is easy. Just farm to the two moves. Does not matter which one you throw. Both are super effective. Both have the same damage. Both have the same secondary effect here. You can truly just go Wild Charge and then Close Combat just to show them that you have both if you really want to. Nope, they just let the first move go, knowing that you have probably two. Okay, Pawmot into Altaria. So you could Wild Charge and bail. Or double Wild Charge. Look at how much those Dragon Breaths are adding up though. One Wild Charge probably does not take out. It's only neutral, and Altaria is pretty defensive. So they do live. Does take it to the red. So that's actually pretty nice hit there on Altaria. And they do just let it go. Instant swap blindly. You both are taking super effective from each other. Bug Bite super effective on the grass. Ice super effective on the flying. They do get to an Icy Wind. Going to farm up a bit and get the Aerial Ace. This will take out. So they may shield to try and lower your attack for a second time. Nope, they're just going to roll two shield Poliwrath in the back here. Here comes a move. They've already seen Aerial Ace. This will likely be a shield. Going to try to commit to the resisted farm down, but yeah, flying bug. It's just not going to happen for you. I think at that point you need to like, there needs to be, this is like one of the first battles, so your opponents are probably just whatever. But there needs to be like a, I don't count, but I've got a clock in my head being like, okay, they're probably getting to a move soon. I need to throw and try and grab a shield if they're going to try and get another move off. So they bait the Icy Wind, coming at you with a second move, going to commit the double shield, which is an interesting tactic when you have a Pawmot. Hydro and Megahorn both resisted, trying to just sacrifice this Pokemon, taking it low enough that you are able just to get off a Hydro Cannon. Hopefully enough to take out here. It's resisted, but it is enough to take out those Thunder Shocks, adding up, allowing you to take out there. Pawmot into Steelix. I was say, bad lead, yes, but is it a bad lead when you have close combat and they are also resisted Thunder Shocks or Thunder Fangs coming at you? So have back-to-back close combat. This is where this Pokemon can be scary at times. Lands, does not quite take out. Your defense is harshly so if this land, yeah, I was supposed to say, you kind of have to. Your defense is now 3 times lowered, 2 on the close combat, 1 on the Psychic Fangs. Now 4 times lowered, so they're just gonna, this will take you out because you're like 4 times lowered, so any move is gonna take you out from this range. Especially a super effective Psychic Fangs. So gonna let that go, gonna come in, Bug Bite down. Ooh, and it is a Grumpig in the back, and that is a super effective buffed up season Bug Bite coming at you. Just gonna go Aerial Ace, that's all you're probably gonna need. I mean, well, 1, you can just go Aerial Ace, Bug Bite, but 2, Dynamic Punch is resisted on the Psychic. Take the Shadow Ball. Just going to go for the full farm down. Oh, 1 HP. Unfortunate. You have so much energy. It's going to be close what you want to do here. Going to let it go. They did not take you out. They went Dynamic Punch. Morpeko comes in. This will one-shot, so they're going to have to shield. And going to instant... Well, I was going to say instant swap, but... yeah. Hydro Cannon with the super effective Fury Cutter. Maybe a little less Morpeko, maybe a little more Dedenne coming at you this season because of the moves here. And again, we'll see what the meta shifts to as the week goes on. Scizor. I just put out a Scizor team. Really fun using it. Is this me? No, it's not me. I used Scizor, Jellicent, and... what else did I use? Something bulky. No, Scizor, Lapras, Dusclops, I think I used. Just 2 bulky Pokemon in the back to take care of your fire weakness. So getting to 2 moves here, going back to back. This will grab the second shield. I'm surprised they threw. I would have probably just committed to the farm down, especially that you lowered your defense times 4. But you do go down. This is just going to come in and just take these Night Slashes. So there's 1. This thing cannot take... I think this is similar to... So Feraligatr comes in, throwing the Dynamic Punch. I think this is similar to Guzzlord's awkwardness in the defense high, but stamina lower with this Pokemon. And I've kind of noticed it with your charge... Yeah, 134 stamina and the defense is where it's at. So, unfortunately for you, a Azumarill in the back here. You... maybe live a Play Rough, but you're going to have to probably shield up 1. It is just the Play Rough. Yeah, so Ledian has a 161 defense and a 134 stamina. It reminds me of Guzzlord, which has a 65 defense and 266 stamina. So, no, I screwed that up. I'm actually just surprised. I know they trailblazed in their Shadow Scizor. I was actually just surprised given the bulk on this thing, on the Ledian, how much that Night Slash did. So I was seeing if it was like one of those weird ones where it has a lot of HP, but the charge moves still do a decent amount on you. Sort of Pokemon. But getting to the Aerial Ace, that's why it's really tough for me to do like sort of like a beyond the hype when I'm not playing with it, because the feel you get for these Pokemon is very different. Karate. What move are they using? Karate Chop, I guess? Yeah. Eventually they get into you get into your Ledian here. They get into their Corviknight. Dynamic Punch is neutral. Sky Attack will be super effective. But maybe we'll get a community day with Sky Attack. So Dynamic Punch comes through for the second one. Will not take out. They're going to have to throw. They're not going to mud shot down a bug flying. That's for sure. Or Sand Attack down at work. You're not going to... What are they doing? Read the room, man. You're against a flying bug. Why are you trying to non-resist... Oh, they're just going to bank it. But now they just burnt a shield, and now they're going to just get outpaced here and just absolutely blast it with these Wild Charge close combats. So they shield to try and get a move off here. They will, but you can still just shield and take this out. I know they just banked all that energy, but that's a really aggressive Sand Attack down against a bug flying. And yeah, they had to burn a shield unnecessarily. So now this goes down one shot. They do have a lot of health on the Machamp. You do have a shield. They have a ton of energy on the Corviknight, so we'll actually see how this plays out. They've got a lot of energy here. I think you have to let at least one move go. It is a cross chop. That does a lot. Trying to catch here? Yeah, I was about to say, there's your win con. Trying to catch this energy. Because you don't want to burn a shield here. I know they're so low, but man, they got a lot of energy now. And there comes the move. You're going to have to shield, but they're probably at 2. Like, they were just trying to overfarm like crazy. Why would they go Sky Attack unless they're running Payback? Like, you can definitely just go Resisted Iron Head at this point. But they do have 2 Sky Attacks. Never mind. Maybe I'm wrong. I was just, again, I probably would not have tried the aggressive Sand Attack double resisted farm down there. Okay, for Alligator, good lead. They give up switch into Greedily. So getting to the close combat. And it lands, which is actually huge because this is probably your best answer to that. Samurott is super effective with Fury Cutter and same with Bug Bite, but again, double super effective. Rock there, super effective Grass on Samurott. So it was kind of a weird one. Here, taking the resisted Hydro on the Samurott to get one of your own. The pacing is basically the same, straight 10s. Not basically the same, it is the same, straight 10s. Grabbed one shield there. Going to come in here, and they swap into Marowak, so that is unfortunate for them. Again, I don't know why you're throwing Airlace here. I'm surprised you're just not going for... You're just throwing Dynamic Punch. They do bait. They do shield just to get close combat here. They should one-shot. Yeah, like, I would imagine that a close combat... Maybe not every single Pokemon, but a close combat / Wild Charge from a Pawmot against most of this meta will probably one-shot. 140 attack with nukes. So Greninja, you both swap, and tough one for you. Clodsire, Bug Bite resisted, Dynamic Punch resisted. Just have to go Aerial-Ace. If this has Stone Edge too, this is going to be a real bad matchup for you. And Pawmot has no play here either. Okay, it's just a Sludge Bomb. Lucky. Because if this was Stone Edge, it's basically a one-shot, and then Pawmot has no play, so you'd have to go Samurott, but even Fury Cutter is resisted. So, you know, when Clodsire's a fantastic answer to most of your team, I don't love that. It's best not to have a triple weakness. I know you have Hydro Cannon, but Fury Cutter is resisted. Oof. A Fire Psychic Pokemon. I'm just going to screw up the name, so I'm not even going to say it. Armor Rogue. Getting to a second move here. Seems very spammy. Here comes the second Side Shot. Going to have to burn both shields. Going to get one Hydro off. Probably grab at least one shield here. Can you grab a second is the question before they take you out? You can. They're likely to shield because they have a ton of energy. Well, I mean, not ton, but at least 2 Incinerates. Oh, no. Oh, did they just get legged out of here? Oh, that's cheat. That sucks. Greninja comes in. Actually, Greninja's back. They definitely did leg out there, but they look like they're back. Hydro, not enough to take you out. Why would you not go Night Slash? I don't know. But even a resisted Hydro versus neutral Night Slash is pretty evenish. They do farm down. This comes in. Have an Aerial Ace. Even though we had Dynamic Punch, Aerial Ace should be enough from this range. And instant swap. What do you do here? Going for the close combat. Yeah, single resisted as opposed to the double resisted electric. So have to go close combat. Is enough damage. Holy smokes, this thing is so heavy in the attack. Dedenne. Here we go. This will be an interesting one. Going for the wild charge right away. And then when are you going to go? Your save swap here? Sacrifice here? What are we doing? Play rough will take you out. Gonna let it go, assuming they're just gonna go parabolic charge. Parabolic charge not enough to take you out, even though you lowered your defense times 2. It is resisted. So get the second wild charge off. They do farm down. I think you just eat it, but bug bite is resisted on the fairy, but they're pretty low. So, although that is super effective on the flying, and here comes a third, and it's gonna be an aggressive bug bite down on a resisted fairy here. Taking a lot of damage. They've buffed their defense times 3 now. So, yeah, getting aggressive there. But holy smokes, damage is done. But Dugong comes in. This could be okay. Hopefully you land one of these. You do not, unfortunately. They come into Marowak. So I probably would have taken it out before you having to burn a shield here. Because the Dugong's got some energy. Because now, by the time you get this Hydro, even if you get to a Mega Horn, it probably doesn't take out. You're going to have to... See, this won't take out, and they should be able to take you out. So the question is, can you get to another move on your other Pokemon before they get you out there? Just getting to a Hydro. This will chip. Are they trying to come out with 2 moves here? Not enough to take out. Trying to catch that snipe. They do throw... Icy Wind, enough to obviously take you out, and back-to-back moves here. Yeah, I don't think I like that play. I think we have one more battle, 2 more battles here. Maybe 2, 3.5 minutes left. Drapion. Now we know this thing's gonna outpace, but Crunch is resisted on the fighting, so they can only go Aqua Tail. And it means that you can either CMP here on the 8. They catch on the Trevenant. Trevenant will resist all these moves. So nice catch. You know, Shadow Ball's going to chip here. Yeah, see, so for being such a defensive heavy Pokemon, I guess you're not that as heavy as I thought. But like a Shadow Ball... taking you, the claws and the Shadow Ball taking you down to like the deep red is actually quite interesting. Here's kind of a rough situation. You're going to spam a couple Aerial Aces, and I guess they'll start adding up here, which is nice. But if they just come into the aggressive farm down, they're going to come out with 100 energy here. But you're going to get another move off here. Okay, that's not bad. I'd taking this down to a red, even if they come out with 100 energy. But now you're at the problem. You had 2 shields, so I guess it's not a full problem. You can just shield. But what do you do here? Going close combat, maybe expecting them to catch or something. But they do shield. They have so much energy, and they bank it into Drapion, hoping it's like Aqua Tail catch here. That would be nice. It is the Aqua Tail catch. But now you're going to start needing to catch some, shield up some crunches here. Azumarill is loaded. This thing is going to have energy. They let that go. What are they doing? Why would they? So shielding up a potential play rough. Here comes the second move. Assuming this one's going to be the play rough. And just commit to the farm down now. I have no idea why they did not shield that Drapion. Okay, last battle coming up here. We have a Pawmot into a Talonflame, so nice lead. They will not get out. I mean, the Incinerates will add up. And they try to catch on a Sand Slash. So this is going to be a one-shot if they let this go. They do not. Do you stand to try and get the next one off? You do. Now you kind of have to go. They are running Powder Snow, so that is resisted by Samurott. So they let that go, which is not the best combo. So grab one shield. kept switch. They're going to have at least a fly here. Getting to the Hydro Cannon. Going to put pressure on their second shield here. Putting yourself in a pretty good situation. Even if you need to double shield this, I think you double shield this to take this out. It is a flame charge boost, so that's unfortunate. You're going to have to burn the second shield immediately here. Yeah, not even a question. They do Brave Bird. Both of you instant swap. I mean, I get it. I get why you instant swapped, because you are Bug, which is weak to fire and flying, and Bug Bite's resisted and Dynamic Punch is resisted, so you can only go aerially. So in almost every scenario, you just need Samurott on it. But man, going blind is always a kind of risky decision because of that exact scenario. Gonna throw the Hydro before they get to the drill run. They did just throw Flame Charge and Brave Bird, so they're probably pretty dry on the Talonflame. And getting to that Hydro, which will one-shot from here for the win. So Pawmot looks fun. Ledian, yeah, I'm not sold on this thing. I think it's like a fun spice thing if you guys want to use it. Again, what is it? 161 defense, 134 stamina? I'm honestly surprised it takes as much damage as it does given those stats. For 2200 overall, level 50 is 13, 15, 15, which you are pretty close to. So I'm actually surprised it takes as much damage as it does with these charge moves. Pawmot, I think Electric is going to have some play this season. I think Dedenne is almost a must at this point. I think Togedemaru, sorry, I just used it, sucked again. I think Morpeko, I think we're going to see a decrease in bugs, so Morpeko is going to have a little more play. Belly Bolt also has, yeah, but, oh, it's got Sucker Punch too, and more bulk, so maybe between the Sucker Punches and Parabolic Charges in 14, that could be kind of interesting combo. If you want a pure electric, Sucker Punch, Dark, and then the Parabolic Charge to buff your defense, and you already got decent defense, or I mean decent stamina anyways. I'm trying to figure out like where this Pokemon plays out as electric. There's so many higher elite, like this Pokemon is ranked very low, but again, you will never play this Pokemon in the one shield even energy scenario. You'll play it like we did here. Farm up, wild charge, close combat, bail into a bulkier Pokemon. So I think Pawmot's definitely underrated when it comes to the overall rankings. Because again, you'll never play it the way PvPoke's rankings are. You'll play it exactly how it's played here. Nuke and bail into a bulky Pokemon. So yeah, I would probably personally, if I was going to play this Pokemon, I would play it. Fine Ledian has a good bulk. I would play it the same way I played my Shadow Scizor the other day. Basically two, I won't say which two Pokemon because I'd have to think about it a bit more, but basically two very bulky Pokemon. Wild Charge, Close Combat, and then two safe bulky Pokemon that you can safe swap into is how I would play it if I played it. Anyways, thanks for this mission. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one.